bummer. I have had to do that before where I had to do the whole class over so I'd have the recording. Not tonight. So welcome to Strength Training for Runners. Tonight you're going to need a mini band. So something like this to go around your ankles. And then you are going to need a lightweight and a heavyweight. And let's get started first with really great posture. And we're always starting with walkouts. So tonight is no exception. Let's start there. So put that band aside. And for our walkouts, I want you to stand up really tall. I want your shoulders back. I want you to look out at the world and just think, damn, this is good. All right, your hands are out because that deflects all the baloney. And then we come down into a forward fold, walk our hands out, get into a really good plank. Neck is long, we're pushing the ground away. And then I want you to take your right side, drive your right knee towards your right elbow, bring it back to that good plank. Take your left knee, drive it towards the left elbow, back to a good plank, walk your hands back to your feet, stand it back up, and then keep on repeating that until you're really sick of it. Keep doing that, everybody. I'm going to let everyone else in to the call. So keep that going. You do not have to do this fast if it feels like, ooh, this is tough. If you want to hang out a little longer in that forward fold, that's fine. If you want to take a little longer with the walkout, that's fine too. Or you want to get in more, that's great. Walk it back, shoulders back. Hi, Paula, glad you're here. All right. So keep this going. We're just on walkouts, Paula. When we get to the bottom, getting our knee to elbow. So join us when you're ready. We're going to do this for 30 more seconds. So it's not forever, I promise. But feel that stretch when you're down in that forward fold. You'll feel it again in that downward dog. When you're in your plank, good tight glutes, drive the knees, and then just walk it back. All right, just like that, 15 more seconds. So maybe you can fit 1 or 2 more in, and then we are getting back to it. All right. And 5 more seconds. So finish up, finish in that tall position because we are going to finish with some hip work. All right, let's finish up here. Great. So everyone's standing up nice and tall. We are going to do some hip hikes, hurdles, hinges, and swinging marches. So we're going to start with the hikes. So what that means is I want you to just have your leg out a little bit. We're going to just move our whole pelvis up and down. So I want you really thinking about the side that's planted that you're balanced on. You're just moving up and down. Let's start now. We're going to do 20 seconds, trying to get as high as you can on that side that's not planted and then down low. So we're just getting good control. This is a PT move. An advanced move of this would be that you're standing on a step or a book. I didn't ask you to have one of those. Getting all the equipment can be a pain. Hi, Tiana, glad you're here. All right, 3, 2, and let's switch to the other side. So same thing, just standing nice and tall. All right, yes, live in person, so fun. All right, and I love it. Victoria's at the gym. So whenever I'm at a regular gym, I always notice like the people just doing the weirdest stuff. So anyway, I'm going to be totally distracted looking at people doing like the most random weird stuff. It always happens. So 3, 2. All right. So those were the hikes. I said hurdles are next. So for the hurdles, I want you standing nice and tall, shoulders back, eyes up, and then we're going to move only our hip socket. See if you can do that. So just bringing that knee around. I come forward when I do these. It feels the best. It feels better than moving backwards. For you, moving backwards might feel better. So do that. It's totally your call. You can do forward and back. I just know when I move back, it sort of gets like, it feels like a weird pinch. So I just do the forward and that's okay. All right, we're doing this 5 more seconds. Hi, Carolyn, glad you're here. All right, and let's go to the other side. So go ahead, trying to keep balance for this whole 30 seconds. We should be able to do that as runners. We should be able to stand on one foot for 30 seconds without putting our other foot down. Now, this is obviously making it harder because we're moving around and changing our center of balance, but you should be able to do it. So hopefully you can. If it's a really struggle, you can put your finger this on something, keep you up. All right, and next one, I promised, so I did hike, hurdles. Now we go for the hinge. So the hinge, coming forward, get that back leg really extended, pushing the heel back, and then come back up to tall. If you don't need to put your foot down, don't do it. Let's go for it. All right, you're on. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I want you to think about being as tall as you can. Arms can do whatever they want as long as they're helping you balance. But I want you to think about getting that heel pushing back so it's as far from the top of your head as possible. And then you come back up to tall. These can be nice and slow. It doesn't matter if they are fast or slow, as long as you're working on that balance and really feeling that hip work. This is a good one for warm-ups if you're not warming up already, for walks or runs, and switch sides, switch sides. All right. Hi, Deb, glad you're here. We're on the second side of some hip hinges. So come on with me. I started hiking my knee up. I didn't show it that way, but you don't, so you can do it or not. Anyway, as long as you're trying to keep that foot up, we're trying to practice our time, gather time on one foot. That's what we're doing here. Also trying to just get nice and long. So the first thing is balance. Second thing is long body, squeeze the glutes. All right, 5 more seconds. And let's switch it up. Okay, so now we're really trying to stay balanced, but this one, we have a little bit more movement. So we're gonna come into a march and then back into tight glute, march, tight glute. So you can get this at any speed that works for you, but try not to fall down. Let's see what we can do it. Here we go. 30 seconds starts now. All right. One of the keys to this is finding a spot to look and just staring at it. So I can tell when I start looking at the screen and then I look at the clock and then I look at the workout, I start falling over. So keep this going. We're halfway through. Check your foot, not with your eyes, just scan, think about what's going on down there. Do you have a claw foot? You don't need that. Splay your toes out. Then you've got a bigger place to stand. Easier to stay up. 3, 2, all right, other side. Here we go. All right. Okay, I'm gonna crowdsource an idea with you guys. So I'm talking to another coach and we are going to start in the winter, a sort of like a book club, but basically instead of talking about books, it'll be either like a short video clip or an article that has something to do with menopause, perimenopause. Anyway, so we need to come up with what would that book club be called. So if you have any ideas, put them in the chat. Stop there. All right, last thing. Sorry, that was the last thing in that hip sequence. Now I want you to get your band. So bands around your ankles, please. We're gonna do marches and glute kickbacks. So if you're not sure which band to use the more difficult one. All right. So first things first, we're gonna do glute kickback. So we're gonna do 20 seconds going diagonal and 20 seconds going back. We've been doing this one for a while, so hopefully you're feeling stronger and stronger at it. Let's stand up nice and tall. I see everyone's banded together. Haha. Okay, here we go. Diagonal back. So this should not be on the side. You should be feeling it on, well, sorry, not on the side of your hip, but sort of on the back, like the side of your butt. So glute med here. If your band is feeling too easy, hold it out for these last 5 seconds. That's fine. Challenge yourself, and then let's go directly back. So now we're just doing glutes. So glutes are even bigger muscle, glute max. So if you feel like, oh, this one's easy, kick back and then hold. We've got 9 more seconds, so you can challenge yourself. You might start feeling it in the front hip because that's also doing some work, holding you still. 3, 2, all right, other side. Let's go right into it. Diagonal, glute med, kicking back. So anyway, if you weren't weren't sure what I was commenting on before, thinking of this like a book club, sort of a series, once a month meetups, talking about topics like what the hell belly fat and why do I want to punch someone kind of things. So anyway, kick back, directly back. Here we go, 20 seconds. Again, if your band feels too easy, just hold it back there. All right, so looking for a name. Figure I'll ask you guys, you might have something clever. I'll credit. All right, 5 more seconds. So if you want to hold back, Stay nice and tall, glutes tight, and nicely done. Okay, let's not take off our band, but let's put it around the arches of our feet. Band is around your arches, so we can march nice and tall. Let's just start, march it up, pause at the top, whatever the top is for you, and then move to the other side. So I want as little wiggling as possible. So I don't want to see like that, no swaying around. You're keeping nice and tight, like when you're running, right? You want to be running like that kind of thing. I see that, and I want to stop the person and be like, can I see you walk for a second and see if they do that when they're walking too? All right, they probably are. All right, 9 more seconds, and then we're going to take these bands and put them in our hands. Finish up this warm up. All right, so grab your band, get in your hands. If you have a band that is really tough, you might want to have a lighter one if you've got it nearby, because we're going to just work on the last thing for our warm up, which is step back, have our band overhead, open, and then other side. Good. We're just going to do this for 30 seconds. So you should feel this through your armpit, down through your lats. You should feel it making you tall, right? As you get that band comes up, you extend the spine. That's cool. Forces you to use your arms, runners. Let's do this. All right. Strong arms don't hurt when we're stand-up paddling or kayaking, right, Carolyn? Strong arms, no sore arms from kayaking. Love it. All right, 3, 2, stopping there. Okay, first set, we're doing balance set. So I want you to grab a lighter weight, working on balance. So this, what we're going to do, so a lighter weight might mean 5, 10, 15 pounds. The jumping version, okay, I already didn't nail that one. The jumping version, you would jump, land it, and stick it before you jump it again. It's easy to jump and jump and jump. There's no balance in that one. If you don't want to jump, that's fine. You step over, come up, prove that balance. Let's do it. So jump it if you want. Oh, your foot's got to do the work. So this one, this balance set, we are foot strengthening, ankle strengthening. Whoo, nice. All right, good. I am seeing less than perfect, and that's what I love. This one should be hard. If everyone's just nailing it every time and you're able to just really hold it with no whoops, then it's too easy. So either you're not jumping hard enough, far enough, or your weight's a little light, or you just are a balanced ninja, and that's awesome. 3, 2, all right. Feet are warmed up, body's warmed up. Let's start our main set. So main set, we're gonna start with an offset squat to a back lunge. So an offset squat, we just have the weight offset in our body. So if you can, instead of having the weight laying down on your body, you can have it where it's out, holding it out. Now, if it's very heavy, you might need to have it laying against you, and that's okay. So we are going to do an offset squat to a back lunge. So we're going to step back on the same side that the weight is up. Then we'll change sides. So everyone start with me. Here we go. Squat, back lunge. Perfect. If you are feeling like, wow, too easy, next time through, it's totally great to have a weight down at your other side if you wanted to. You have it in between and then to the side. I'll show you. But, oops, what am I doing? Squat. Okay, too much talking. Thank you guys for all doing it so I can see what's happening here. And let's switch sides. All right, switching sides. So we're starting with a squat. So come on down, squat, back lunge. Nicely done. All right, squat and back lunge. Perfect. Good. So for this set, we're doing this, and then we're going to do a plank move after this. I'll show you. in 10 seconds. When we're there. All right, this is forcing you to brace. So we're already working on our core here, but then we have another move. 3, 2, put the weight down. All right, so this move, we're going to go from a primitive plank to a regular plank and just a little hop. Now, if you don't want to hop, I'll show you how to do it from a step. So the primitive plank, we get in our hands and knees, twist our feet under, get our knees up just 2 inches. So we're here, then we can hop it out to a plank, hop it back. If you want to do it without hopping, you're in that good primitive plank, then you step out, and step back. You choose what you want to do, but start now. Go for it. Yes, Victoria's on. Heather got a great close-up of your pony. You too, Deb, it's working. All right, 30 more seconds. When you're in that primitive plank, check your knees. If they are more than 2 inches above the ground, they should be lower. If it feels too easy, slow it down. Might feel easier to not do the pops. You decide. All right, we are at 8 seconds to go. 3, 2. All right. There you have it. So that is set 1. So join me coming back for those offset squats. And I promised to show you, if you wanted to make it harder, you can have one weight up at the top, one weight down. So when you're doing that squat to lunge, you can choose. I need one hand to gesticulate with, so I'm gonna keep that weight down, but you see what to do if you want to add. All right, here we go. Offset squat, back lunge. Great. If you're feeling like, wow, okay, I made it too heavy, do less reps. It's totally fine. Just don't let your form turn to junk. All right. For those back lunges, try and not be up here. See if you can get all the way down. Good. 5 more seconds. Probably 1 more round. All right. And switch sides. So switch sides. Remember, you don't need to have that weight up onto your body, holding it out, racing with the front. Great. Good. I see all different weights. Very excited. No one needs a potted plant. Ooh, say that once even. Everyone's got big weights. This is great. All right. Hopefully you're feeling good. And 3, 2. Okay. So you've done this plank with me. You choose how you're going to do this next one. So if you're going to do that primitive plank to the full plank, great. You're going to modify it for what's comfortable for you. Great. All I know is I'm counting 40 seconds starting now. The toes are under. For me, those pops feel good. They raise my heart rate, but they're a little bit easier for my core. So when I do a slow step back, it's harder for me to balance, because as I'm doing that, I'm changing my balance from from the 4 points to 3, right? When you're jumping back, you have the same points of the same center of gravity there. So it's just a different thing, but not everyone's jumping or can jump right now or feels comfortable. So you choose 5 more seconds. And donezo. All right. One more time through. All right, we're gonna do 30 seconds per side. So go ahead and stand up tall. Let's make sure before anyone starts, we're in good position. At the top here, finds neutral, so squeeze your glutes, because then you know your butt's not sticking out doing a thing. You're tucked under, glutes tight, let's go. Squat. Step back lunge. Nice. Squat. Yeah. Okay. Love this. surrounded on my screen by very strong women. This is living. All right. So keep this going. There's 10 more seconds. So when you think about if this is feeling easy, maybe you can make your reps a little faster. It's feeling hard. Take a pause before you go with the next one. 3, 2. All right, let's switch sides. Stand up tall, check your body position. Okay, let's go. Squat, step back. Nice. Good. So you can see we're stitching these together because we want you to have the agility and the body control, the upper body control to get in these compound movements. We need the same control. We're wearing a pack. We're running on mountains, on uneven surfaces. All right. And last 5 seconds here. Good. Done. Okay, we don't have to do those again, but we do have to get back into that primitive plank. Or if that's not feeling good, long plank. You know what to do. Modify it so it works for you. Starting now. Here we are. In that primitive plank, push the ground away. And then you're stepping or hopping. Either one. Making sure there's no sag, like you can't feel like your shoulders and your ears are all buddies. They are not buddies here. You want to keep your neck nice and long. Keep the ground pushed away. Nice. 10 seconds to go. All right, I am sweating all the buckets. And 3, 2, yes. All right. Set 2. Get a drink of water while I show you. Set 2, we are going to do a similar thing where we go from a squat to a lunge. But this time we're going to do a sumo squat where we have our weight in between our legs. So we're going to come down. So our knees are tracking over our feet, but they're out. So we got sumo. And we have the weight up here and we use this side for a lunge. Now, the trick is our foot's in the totally wrong position. So we're going to need to twist our foot with every move. So you're out here in this sumo, feet are out, knees track over. Then when you bring the weight up, change your foot so it's facing forward, and then bring your butt back, and then switch it right back out. So hopefully that foot pivots nice and easily. If you're wearing bare feet, it will. If you're not, it might be a little harder, but let's get started. Let's try it. So here we go. Sumo. Side lunge. Good. Sumo, we're going to start with 20 seconds. Side lunge. When you're thinking of that side lunge, I want you to really think about butt is coming back. You're getting low by bringing your butt back, not by bringing your chest forward. Your chest will come forward, but the movement is butt sinking down. Good. 3, 2. All right, let's switch sides. So just switch your hand. It'll stay down because we're going to do the sumo first. All right, here we go. Squat down. Change your foot. Good. Hopefully that foot switch is coming naturally. It should feel better when you're doing that side lunge for your foot to be twisting. So hopefully that's just happening. All right. Good. And 3, 2, stop there. All right. Bent over row. So I want us to think about our posterior chain here. So when you get into this hinge position, you can actually do it without the weight. You can put it down for a second. When you come into this hinge position, you can see my knees are soft. So I'm not locked out. That's weird, but they're soft. I'm hinged over. And right now I can feel my hamstrings engaged. If you're at that point, perfect. That's where you want to be, where you're feeling like, oh, I'm getting a stretch through my hamstrings. Then you pick up that weight. Now you really feel it. And we're going to just get in a row. So you should have something pretty heavy here that feels like, okay, I can lift this maybe 6 times, but then I'm going to start feeling like this is hard. So pick something heavy here. All right. I better do the same. Let's do it. So bent over, we're just gonna get 6 on each side. Here we go. 1, 2. Good. Elbows stays really close to your body and don't look up. You want your neck to be nice and neutral. 4, 5, 6. Go ahead, just transfer to the other hand and just keep going. Push your butt behind you. Hips are pushed back. You should feel this in your hamstrings the whole time. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, that's our set. The last time through, we're gonna add some crunches, but don't worry. Next time, we're just going right for that sumo to side lunge. So everyone go ahead, get the weight you were using for the sumo. Oops, we started at the bottom. Wrong, I was doing the offset squats. So sumos, we have our knees out, feet out, because knees track over feet. Just as a reminder, when we're doing a sumo squat, it's here, not here. All right, let's do it. Sumo. Stop. All right, 20 seconds. Let's see these beautiful things. Okay, I see a lot of concentration. Love that. Good. Keeping this side for another 3, 2, and let's switch sides and keep going. Let's just roll right through. Sumo. Good. Hopefully both sides feel equally as good. Might not be the case. We're doing a lot of bracing with the weights up front. So you may be feeling like, whew, my back's working. If it starts to feel like too much, third set around, don't use the weight. All right, 3, 2, okay. Switch your weights if you need it. We're gonna do those bent over rows. We're just doing 6 per side. The reason we're doing 6 per side is because we're staying in this position. And I don't want us to hurt our backs. And I'm hoping also you've got big heavy weights. All right, here we are. Bent over, hips sending them back, sending them back. Let's go for it. 1, 2. Here's my elbow right next to my body. 3. You can see I'm looking down. 4. Not looking at my knees, but 5 and 6. All right, other side. Send your hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 6. Perfection. Okay, so we've got one more time through, and I promise we are going to do a set of crunches on the end. We never do just regular crunches. We're going to do reverse crunches, and I'll show you when we get there. We have to end up on the floor anyway, so we can stretch out a little bit. So get your sumo squat weight ready. Get your sumo position ready. Get your soul ready. Let's do it. 20 seconds. Excellent. Make sure that foot is forward on those side lunges. Good. All right. Hopefully everyone was able to sleep last night, even though fireworks. All right, switch sides. I love that Portland is, you're not allowed to set off fireworks in Portland, but we heard plenty in our neighborhood last night. So thank you, neighbors. All right, I'm a total curmudgeon on July 4th. Whew. Okay, keep this up for 5 more seconds. These look good. Good thing they're done. All right. Bend over and row. If this is starting to hurt your back, lower your weight, or you can also brace on something if you need to. All right. But part of the reason we're doing this is getting nice, strong torso, all of it. Let's go. Bend over, hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4, show you a working side. 5 and 6. All right, go right to the other side, bend it down. Here we go, hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Good. 6. All right. So as promised, we're going to start cooling down, but first, reverse crunches. So a reverse crunch is when we lay on the ground, we've got our knees facing our ceiling, our feet flat, but not on the ground, and we just extend our feet out and back while trying not to make a big arch under our back. So for some of you, getting your knees up and having your feet feeling flat, that's enough. So once you're in position, let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, make sure while you're doing this, your rib cage is not facing up to the ceiling, but is pushing down into the ground. So check that position. And then your knees are not hugged in, then your abs aren't doing anything, but your knees are facing the ceiling. I'm timing, don't worry. And then your feet are flat down. Already, I feel my abs working. So if this is good, that's great. If you want to put your feet out just a little, is that enough? That is up to you. I want you to feel like your abs are getting worked, but your back is strong and against the ground. So no hurting our backs while we're doing this. You guys, there's 10 seconds left, and then you're going to just stop with your feet bent and flat on the ground, but not for 5 seconds. Or if you're done right now, that's totally fine. 3, 2, yeah. All right. So stopping where you are, keeping back flat on the ground, knees are bent, feet are flat on the ground, hands are down on the ground. I want you to take a giant breath and just feel like, yeah, I did that. All right. So now that you got your self-congratulations on, let's put our right foot on our left knee. So we're in a figure 4 position. And then take your left knee and just sort of drop it down on your left side. So it's going to bring your right side over with it. And it might feel really good, or it might feel like, wow, that's too much on my right side. So go down as far as feels good. Maybe your right foot hits the ground on your left side, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Move in a way that feels like you're getting a stretch and that is comfortable on your back. All right, switch sides. Left side on the right knee, and then do the same. Oh, I just felt my back crack, so that felt really satisfying. It's like I'm giving myself a chiropractic adjustment here. Free benefit. All right. And then let's give ourselves a big knee hug. So take both knees, hug them in. Hopefully this feels really good on your back. And then the last thing we're going to do is roll over onto our stomachs and have ourselves up on our elbows. So you're not smushing your chest into the ground, but we are spending a lot of time with our hips bent, right? So what I want us to do is get into this position where our hips are extended. Now, you don't have to do some kind of like, weird thing where you're just fully extending, but hang out here for a little bit. This is a great one to do before bed. And if you guys come up with any of my menopause book club name title ideas, send them to me anytime. You know where to find me. Otherwise, have a good night or say hi actually after I stop the recording.